Hello everyone, welcome back to Bandits Tarot by Seraphic Pathways. This is going to be another true crime tarot session that we'll be doing, and today we're going to be discussing the deaths of two mysterious women that went hiking in Panama and never did return back. So we're going to be answering questions in regards to tarot. Just a quick disclaimer, anything that I say in regards to reading tarot cards should not be taken as facts. Okay? It's all speculated and alleged. I encourage anybody that watches this video to do their own research on the things that I will be discussing to form your own opinions and conclusions. This video is not meant to throw hate nor be disrespectful to the families of the deceased or the deceased themselves. Okay? Let's go ahead and hop into this true crime tarot session surrounding the deaths of Chris Crimmers and Lizanne Froon. So Chris Crimmers and Lizanne Froon were two Dutch students that went down to Panama in March of 2014. Late March 2014. And they went down there to do missionary work, to help out with churches and local schools, and to volunteer to children and stuff, do typical missionary work. And they arrived down there. They checked in with their host family, and for the ones of you that don't know what a host family is, it's basically people that you stay with whenever you travel abroad to other countries. And they went to their designated locations to do this missionary work. So upon arrival, they were told that the project has been called off. They were just turned away at the door. The way the two women described is very abrupt and rude. So they were basically turned away. They weren't able to do the work that they came down there to do. They went back to stay with their host family in Panama. And they decided that after a couple days they were going to go on this hiking trail. Now the name of this hiking trail, let me pull it up here. The El Pinista Trail in Panama. Okay? So on April 1st, Chris Crimmers and Lizanne Froon went on this hiking trail, which was known to the locals to be extremely dangerous, especially if you don't have like a tourist guide. Especially for tourists, if you go down there and if you don't have a tourist guide and try to navigate yourself, it can be dangerous. They don't recommend that. And it's also recommended that you don't hike there at night as well, because it can be you can get easily lost. So they left around 11 a.m. and it only takes about an hour to complete this hiking trail, guys. They did not return the following evening at around like 6 p.m. I think that's when their host family was expecting them to come back. Oh yeah, and another key point, guys. So along with them, whenever Chris and Lizanne went down this hiking trail, they took a dog with them, right? I think the dog was from the local Spanish teaching school that was nearby in Panama. So the following day, the dog returned, but Lizanne and Chris were nowhere to be found. Like, the dog returned without them. At this point, the host family contacted law enforcement. It took them, I believe, 72 hours to conduct a research on this case, to send hunters out there. They were eventually found. Long story short, it took about 2 months for their remains to be found later on in the jungle on the same hiking trail. But what is so mysterious about this case, whenever they came about investigators came about evidence, they discovered a camera. They discovered both women's cell phones, both Lizanne and Chris's cell phones. in multiple attempts to dial emergency services, both Dutch emergency services and Panama emergency services. It was 911 and 112, if I'm not mistaken. There were over 34 attempts to call emergency services. Along with this, there were pictures on the camera of one of the young women that documented basically their entire trip that they were taking down this trail. There comes a point where the trail ends and it does continue, but this is the part where tourists do not recommend that you take this leg of the trail without having a tourist guide with you. So about 10 weeks later, on June 14th, a local woman turned in Froon's blue backpack, which she reported finding at a riverbank near the village of Alto Romero in the I'm gonna butcher that name, Bocos del Tollas province. The backpack contained 2 parts of sunglasses in cash, Froon's passport, water bottles, Froon's camera, 2 bras, and the women's phones, all in good condition, mind you, all in good condition. So this is how investigators discovered this evidence, and they saw that, you know, basically whenever they came across the pictures, the final pictures that were taken, it looked like that they were taken at dark, mind you, like it was nighttime, and it looks like that the 2 women were lost on the trail or heading towards someone. In the facial expressions, you could tell, compared to prior pictures, portrayed a sense of concern and worry. There were other pictures that were found of one of the women's back of the woman's head, and it had a little bit of blood on the top of her head. And also, guys, to mention, out of those 34 911 attempts, only one of them successfully connected, just for a few seconds, so they never did get a hold of emergency services. So whenever the remains were found, just a couple days later, or 2 months later, closer to where the backpack was discovered, a pelvis and boot with a foot inside were found in the same location. Okay, close to where this woman discovered the backpack of Lizanne. DNA testing confirmed that it belonged to Crimmers and Froon. Froon's bones still had some skin attached to them, but Crimmers' bones appeared to have been bleached, according to a Panamanian forensic anthropologist. Yeah, and then they later claimed that magnification, there was no discernible scratches of any kind on the bones, neither of natural nor cultural origin, and there were no marks on the bones at all. So what happened exactly? I mean, it's not like people go down these trails and they go missing, especially in this part of Panama. Tourists go there every day and then everyone comes back fine. But in this instance, Lizanne and Chris were exceptions. Panama never did release an investigation on this, a thorough investigation. They just ruled it, as we mentioned before, accident in the forest, a hiking accident. Both Lizanne and Chris's remains were shipped back to their families. But yeah, and then they just kind of shut the book on it. So this is a very mysterious case, guys. I'm curious to know what happens the time that they went on the hiking trail, because I have done research before getting on the video. I've looked into several aspects of this case, and first of all, again, everything what I'm about to say, everything that we're discussing here is alleged, okay? It's not facts. They met at like the same restaurant while working back in Dutch, right? So were they just friends, or were they partners? Because the more that I was looking into their cards and reading into them, it was almost appearing as they were a couple. For one. For two, I'm getting that there could have been something. I'm intuitively getting that there could have been something that happened between the both of them. They got into an argument or something while hiking on the trail, and that's what resulted into them getting lost. They could have got lost out of conflict, and someone or something got them. It just makes me question that the camera, why would someone take pictures of the back of a bloody head, you know, in Louise's hair or Chris's hair, Lizanne's hair. Let's go ahead and hop into this tarot. Again, guys, anything that I say is speculated. It should not be taken as facts. If it does turn out to be true, then so be it. But otherwise, take this with a grain of salt. I want to ask Spirit, what could have happened the time period that Lizanne and Chris were hiking on this trail? What could have happened, Spirit? Page of Swords. Someone could have watched them. Someone could have been watching them. Someone could have been following them. It's possible. We are talking about hiking. I don't like that glare. Here, hold on for 1 second, guys. I got this new camera. It has like this halo light, and it's creating a weird glare on the camera. Let's see if I can change that real quick. It's just like too bright. No, it's too dark. Oh well. It will have to be. We are talking about hiking. We have natural light right here. I'm sitting beside a window. I'm also getting that something could have, like, they could have came across somebody that offered them something, guys. They could have came across somebody that was offering them food or, you know, fruit, or they were offering them something. That's what I'm intuitively getting here. And you know what? Another thing that I'm noticing here, you know how we mentioned how they took a dog? They took a dog with them. And in the card, it shows a dog. I'm also seeing a man that they could have met on their journey. Again, someone that was offering them something. But let's go ahead and continue to go. Spirit, what could have happened the time period that Chris and Lizanne were hiking on this trail in Panama? The day that they went missing, the last time that they were seen. What could have happened that day, Spirit? Strength. 6 of Swords. They were in transit. Definitely in transit. They were near water too. Temperance. You know what? Something here is coming up about them needing to stop for a drink, to get something to drink because they were thirsty. Something about lack of resources, perhaps. Like, they didn't have enough water. They didn't have enough water. I don't know the zodiac signs. So if anybody knows their zodiac or natal chart, feel free to post it or share it in the comments below. I'm definitely seeing that they were on transit, though. They were Six of Swords. They were trying to escape something and move on from something. Oh, guys, I feel like that it was an animal. Now that I'm looking at these cards more, I'm thinking that I don't want to be graphic, okay? But I'm really getting that it was an animal. I'm really getting that it was an animal here. They were trying to get away from an animal or something. And we are talking about... I wonder if you can see what I'm talking about here. Guys, look at this. You see this, we have strength, we also have the Six of Swords. I'm reading these cards intuitively. It shows two women trying to get away from something on a boat. Getting away from an animal. Also, it shows somebody riding the lion as well, so I'm viewing native people could have been involved. They were running from something, basically. That's what I'm seeing. And then whenever I stopped shuffling, we had the Tower card. So I'm seeing that something definitely did happen that day. Again, I'm thinking it's an animal and something to do with their water or resources. They didn't have enough resources. They had to stop and get water, perhaps. And then that's when this person or this animal could have came after them, was whenever they were stopping to get resources or water. Something definitely did happen. Oh, God. Okay, Spirit, let's see. What can you tell me about this Tower? What is this Tower card relating to when we're talking about Lizanne and Chris Kremers on this hiking trail? By the way, Lizanne and Chris are welcome to chime in if they choose to. What is this talking about? The Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Wands. Again, something about someone following them. I'm getting that it was they were being came at from multiple angles. I'm seeing people could have been following them. I'm seeing people, like animals were following them as well. People on animals were following them. Definitely someone watching them. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Knight of... the Seven of Swords, sorry. Seven of Swords. That's why I'm reading this as deception. Someone being awfully sneaky here. Someone did not want to know that they were being followed. And you know what? It could be the same person that they met prior to, someone they met prior to going on this hiking trail with. Now, I know that several people, they pointed the finger at the, you know, the tourist guide, or the guy that does the tours on this trail, because he was the last person that's seen them alive. I don't know who this is, but it's someone that gave them something. I'm reading it as someone that gave them something. They gave them something. They could have stopped and got something from another person. Oh yeah, let me give you some fruit or some coconuts or pineapples and some macadamia nuts for some trail mix. And then they go about their happy way, their merry way, and this person follows them. This person follows them. This person observes every move that they're making. Like someone uses that as an excuse to basically get their hook inside you. Very stalker-like. Stalked by people and animals. They were being stalked that day, guys. Period, point blank. That's what I'm getting. And it could have been by multiple different people as well. So I want to ask now, Spirit, can you provide a major card for yes and a minor card for no? Was the tourist guide responsible in the deaths of Lazanne Froon and Chris Kremers? Was the tourist guide responsible in the deaths of Chris Kremers and Lazanne Froon? Can you provide a major card for yes and a minor card for no? So, yes. Spirit is saying yes. We have Temperance. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only, okay? It's not facts, but yes, Spirit is saying yes. There's a spot on my shirt. It's like right where my nipple is. Just notice. Spirit is saying yes. And they got away with it, ultimately. I'm viewing someone fleeing the scene. And I'm also viewing this man. Yeah. Ace of Wands. Okay. Spirit, can you now answer, was Lazanne and Chris attacked by an animal? Was Lazanne and Chris's death caused initially by an attack of an animal? This Temperance card keeps falling out. Was it an animal spirit that killed Lazanne and Chris? No, it wasn't an animal. It was people. It wasn't an animal. It was people. Yeah, it was a person. These are people cards, not animal cards. Yeah, these are people cards. It was a person that did it. It was not an animal. Thank you, Spirit. One last question. So, Spirit, will this person that did this to Lazanne and Chris ever be brought to justice? Or has justice been served? Because they could have already, you know, who knows what could have happened to this person, but I'm asking Spirit, has justice already been served for this person, or will they be brought to justice? Let's see what's... Ooh, that's a lot of cards. I'm not going to take that. I am going to take this one. Yeah, they're going to get their karma. Either by the judicial system, or if Spirit takes, I don't know. If the universe takes care of it, either the universe takes care of it, or they're going to be brought to justice. Yeah, they're going to get their karma. Spirit, if they're still alive, if this person is still alive, will they be brought to justice for what they did? It's very unlikely, and because it's going to be so hard to do. I'm just going to have to be honest with you. Does it make it right? Absolutely not. If a person did this, then they should be held accountable, most definitely. The likelihood of that happening, of it actually going to court and trial, it's not likely. But either way, they did get their karma if this was caused by a person, okay? So, guys, this has been another True Crime Tarot session. I hope that you liked it. Sound off in the comments below. What do you think happened to these two women? Not a lot is known about this case. Personally, what I think happened, I think that there was a disagreement that occurred between the both of them. Like, they got into an argument, and somehow that distracted them from getting back on the original path, back to their host family, back towards the city or the town that they were staying in. Yeah, and they were being stalked. I do believe that they were being stalked, most definitely, but I don't know. Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Also, if you would like to see more videos like this, leave suggestions in the comments below, and I will catch you then. See you later. Namaste.